There always seems to be this disconnect between the comic books and then the shows and the movies that are based off of the comic books. This isn't necessarily always a bad thing, but sometimes it kind of gets in the way of people who don't know anything about anything. Maybe you don't have access to the comics. Maybe you like the shows or the movies better than the comics. Or maybe ignorance is your spirit animal, and you know exactly who you are. When it comes to the Black Flash, the differences are actually pretty big. The CW has Hunter Zolomon turn into the Black Flash as a punishment for reaching Barry Allen levels of disaster, and the Speed Force uses him to keep things in check. Part of that is actually true. In the comic book, speedsters can get turned into the Black Flash, but it's not the exact same way. It's not because it's a punishment, because the Speed Force was tired of them abusing their power. When it happened to Barry Allen, it was because Eobard Thawne created his own negative Speed Force, and the negative Speed Force was eating the positive Speed Force like a cancer, and in turn it was turning Barry Allen into a version of the Black Flash, and when he would touch people, he would kill them. R.I.P. Lady Savitar. And then it happened again to Bart Allen during the Flashpoint storyline, when Barry decides to change everything because he missed his mom, and because Barry Allen wasn't going to have enough Speed Force energy to recorrect his recorrection, the Speed Force turned Bart Allen into the Black Flash. It had Bart Allen go around and start killing other speedsters to absorb their energy, and then give it to Barry so that he could fix his mistake. And then you have a version of Eobard Thawne that becomes the Black Flash, only in name, because he was resurrected by the Black Lanterns, and he decided to call himself the Black Flash. He wasn't actually a Black Flash. Another thing to mention is that even though the CW Speed Force has time wraiths running around, they don't actually get a Black Flash until the end of Season 2. In the comic books, the Black Flash has existed for as long as the Speed Force has existed. And that version of the Black Flash can exist everywhere because the Speed Force can exist outside of time and space, and can connect to every speedster that's ever existed, even the ones before Barry Allen. And the Speed Force has needed the Black Flash because speedsters have this annoying habit to just defy life. And normal death apparently is not fast enough to catch these guys, so they need the Black Flash to catch speedsters when it's their time to die. That does not always work out. If you're Wally West, then you break even more boundaries than the Speed Force already lets you break, and you can actually outrace the Black Flash by running so fast that nothing exists anymore and the Black Flash just fades away. Again, only Wally West. This is important to know because a huge aspect of the Black Flash is that this guy is supposed to be impossible to kill. Black Flash can do insane things like stop time, it can exist everywhere, and because it's part of the Speed Force, it's supposed to be faster than all speedsters. The majority of speedsters is not bad though, so we'll give him a medal for that. Now, even though the comic book version of the Black Flash has mostly had a good success ratio, we'll definitely say, I don't know, like a 3.0 average, the CW Flash, on the other hand, is very toned down, and it's a lot weaker than it's supposed to be. Because in Season 3 of The Flash, Black Flash is killed by Killer Frost, which should not have happened, ever. Ice powers do not kill a speed demon demigod. That's not to say that the CW Black Flash isn't scary, it definitely was able to take Barry with no problem, and it tracks Reverse Flash through his time on the Legends of Tomorrow, relentlessly. And, if I might add, hilariously. But Killer Frost should not have been able to kill it. In no way. Like I mentioned before, Wally had to run to the end of time to be able to stop the Black Flash from killing him. And in a more recent comic, in DC Rebirth, Barry Allen had to team up with Hunter Zolomon to trap him in the Forever Force, which is one of the new forces they introduced because the Speed Force just wasn't enough. So in terms of power, the comic book Black Flash definitely outranks the CW Black Flash. But hopefully, with the birth of a new Speed Force on the CW, they'll get a much stronger Black Flash, and he'll be hunting speedsters down in no time. But let me know what you guys think about the Black Flash and the comic books and the CW, and honestly, which one do you guys like more? I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.